forget to record. What's up, YouTube? First, this is gonna be the first video on the YouTube channel as well. So I have two channels now. The gaming channel, which is where I'm gonna post the gaming stuff. And then I have my main channel, which is where I'm gonna post like reactions and stuff. Make sure to check those out, both of them. You can always use the links command to find whatever you need. But yeah, what's up, YouTube? 2024 timeline. Let's see what we've missed during the year. See a recap. And you know, hope for better things in 2025. Happy New Year, guys.
Woof! 2024 is officially over. Congrats to everyone that made it and everyone that didn't. All I can say is get better at the game. I feel like
Yeah, congrats to everyone who's here. Let's not forget that. It's a privilege to be here. And contrary to what he just said about the people who didn't make it, RIP to them. You know, we lost a lot of great people this year. RIP to them. We'll get better at the game though. What he said.
Congrats to everyone that made it and everyone that didn't. All I can say is get better.
Don't forget to try your new YouTube channel. I just did.
This is gonna be that year we can say that beat 2016. Y'all gonna call me crazy now.
2016.
But y'all are gonna look back at this video in the next couple of years and be like, I was right.
2016? Really? 2024 beat 2016? I need to take this out. I don't think it did, personally speaking. 2016 was a lit year. What was that? 614? And even I still remember some things that went down in 2016. Can't exactly name specifics because like my brain would not be able to remember right now. But from what I remember, 2016 was like one of the peak years. You know, we were still young. Like I said, 14, 15-ish. It was good. It was a good year. We didn't have to worry about the bills we have to worry about now, working, jobs. We just went to high school and chilled pretty much with the homies. 2016 music was 2016 music wasn't real. I remember going to school, my earphones in, vibing. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year to you. Welcome.
I would do a timeline on everything that happened this year that we actually cared about. Because a lot of these timelines and recaps every year are trash or boring to me. We covering the juicy politics, pop culture, memes,
Kendrick.
social media,
oh my god,
entertainment like always. And there was a lot of politics this year.
Okay, I feel like it's gonna be a good video.
So without further ado, let's go over the 2024 timeline.
Right,
January 2024. We start off this year with Mickey Mouse becoming public domain. This means that it loses all ability to get copyrighted by Disney and can be used in pretty much anything. Want to use it in a horror movie? You can now. Want to use it to sell a shirt? You can now. Want to use it in a corn film? You can now. The only catch is it's the oldest version of Mickey.
So that's why they started doing the whole Mickey Mouse horror movie shit. I didn't even know that. I just thought they just decided to start doing it, but that's crazy.
Mickey Mouse and not the newest one everybody's accustomed to. But that didn't stop a bunch of movie directors from making terrible movies of it as soon as the character became public domain. It's a ritual at this point for this to happen. Saudi Arabia officially joins BRICS, a group of countries whose goal is to create a currency together to promote economic growth for their nations, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the UAE, and now Saudi Arabia.
Nigeria. Up next.
The internet by airing out all of Hollywood and exposing them, saying things like the most famous comedians in Hollywood try to gatekeep from other people.
I remember
big. I still
this.
Like Kevin Hart, though. He's pretty funny. Saying he always declined Diddy's invitations to his parties because he knew what was happening. This video.
See, this whole Diddy situation is a whole completely different video. We're not going to get into that right now. We're focused on this. Also gonna try not to pause too much because watching reactions myself on YouTube, I've seen the comments about pausing, and I've already paused quite a few times already on this video, and we're only 1 minute and 44 seconds in.
It has 84 million views. That should show you how viral it went. Normal interviews are not getting these type of views. The only other person who could do something like this with an interview was Michael Jackson. To avoid getting demonetized, because YouTube hates when I say this guy's name and will immediately do it if I say it.
Dang it, I already said it. I'll edit it out and just put a bleep over it.
We're just gonna refer to him as Harry Lepstein. The Harry Lepstein files became declassified and the public starts scouring to figure out who's on it. To figure out which celebrity is finally gonna get exposed for being a freak. The victim says that Harry Lepstein said Bill Clinton likes them young. Nothing we didn't all already know. The victim says Stephen Hawking was involved.
Yeah, the Stephen Hawking one. I remember seeing Stephen Hawking on that like list thing. That one was completely outrageous. One that I wasn't expecting at all. Stephen Hawking of all people. Look at the guy. Just look at the guy. This guy. On the list. That's wild.
Involved in an underage orgy. Out of all people I thought was gonna come out on this list, this was the last person. Like, how was his freak even doing anything? I didn't even know his thingy still worked. All of his legacy pretty much burned up after this news. The victim says Michael Jackson was there but did nothing. Stop the lies on my goat.
Thank you for the resub, 15 months for us. Appreciate it.
Hyped up waiting for more names to drop. Then we waited and
I didn't hit the alert sounds myself. Are you sure this thing's working? Thank you for the follow, Let's Mob. I can't probably have to turn monitor on for that one. Because I can see it's working, but I can't hear it. I'm just gonna monitor and output. So I should be able to hear it now, hopefully. Thank you for the follow, Let's Mob. Thank you for the resub. 15 months. Praise, appreciate it.
And waited, and the names never dropped, and everyone forgot.
It definitely did work for us.
How many of y'all even remember this happened? Be honest. Man, them elites putting up work to keep it silent. MatPat officially
I couldn't hear it in my headset.
The Stanley Cup went viral and started being sold out in stores all over the US. They dropped one specific cup, which was a Starbucks collab.
I remember everyone going crazy with Stanley Cups.
All hell broke loose. They immediately started stampeding the stores to get them. People were selling these cups on eBay for 6 times their actual price. I still don't know why people were fighting over cups like this.
Me neither, bro.
Weird time of this year. South Korea officially passed this law banning dog meat trading in 2027. Come on, bro. It couldn't have been done sooner. Footage leaks of Playboy Cardi getting arrested for going 133 miles per hour. Probably the closest any of his fans will ever get to getting an interview in years. Or an album or song. Japan makes its first ever moon landing with its spacecraft. Megan Thee Stallion officially releases her diss track Hiss, dissing a lot of rappers, which was like the warm-up of what was to come later on this year. And Nicki Minaj dissed back a couple of days later. And honestly, if you don't know
get to that obviously because that's later on in here.
Bother listening to Nicki Minaj's song against her. The winner was determined.
Yeah, you see, I don't really dive into like celebrity beef online and stuff. Like this one, I didn't really know much about. But obviously, the big one, Kendrick and Drake, everyone knew that one. Even people living under a rock knew that one. But it will come up.
5 minutes after it came out. Elon Musk announces that Neuralink has successfully implanted its first brain chip in a human, which allows you to do
that one I didn't know.
Control your phone or computer by just thinking. I think my hands work just fine for those tasks, but if y'all want to be test subjects, go right ahead.
I'm good.
Congress held a hearing against the biggest tech CEOs, which at this point is a yearly ritual. I think this time they
look at this guy. Look at him.
Test subjects, go right ahead. Congress held a hearing against the biggest
look at everyone else, and then look at him.
Is a yearly ritual. I think this time
I'm honestly convinced bro is some sort of alien. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
It included the Instagram CEO, Discord CEO, TikTok CEO, Twitter CEO, and Snapchat CEO, questioning them on security concerns and whatnot. UMG pulls off the catalog on TikTok after failing to reach a licensing agreement. And for y'all that don't know, UMG owns every artist that you listen to. I'm not even joking. This is the tippity top.
I remember when they were taking it down and people were
both the companies,
people were about to start crying.
The L on it because it's built on songs. And for that time,
people were about to start crying crying on TikTok because obviously
the memes of this month
there's no songs for them to
Low
use.
Taper Fade Ninja, Stanley Cup, Side Eye Cat, and Blacker Chinese. February 2024. This month started off weird. Pictures went viral on Twitter of AI Taylor Swift nudes. People was passing these pics all around freely like a blunt rotation. Eventually they banned all the accounts with the pictures, and right after this happened, US lawmakers proposed a bill. The act would be a civil right of action for victims of these type of AI
I don't really be on Twitter like that, so I did not know about this. On one hand,
this is a great and amazing law, but you're telling me it took the government years to do this and they only cared about this problem when it happened to a billionaire celebrity, when this has been going on for years for different women around the world? Great job. My taxes are definitely going to use. Vince McMahon is investigated for sex trafficking allegations. He already stepped down as the CEO of WWE in 2022 because of internal investigations, but now the government is on his case. And when the government enters your case, most of the time it's GG's. Aiden Ross got scammed by 21 Savage live on stream in front of tens of thousands of people. I don't know how 21 Savage thought he could get away with this on a live stream. Oh, Drake's meat also leaked this month. Feel like this is a very important note of history, so I'm adding it to the timeline. Someone had to say this, okay? How was it still?
That was back in February? You're not gonna lie, it's been a weird year. It really has. That was back in February? Damn. I mean, last year's been a weird year. To be honest, 2025 just started. We're what, 4 days into the year and it already feels like a weird year. I mean, the year literally started with WTF for the first 3 days, but we move.
Still semi-soft in that bit. All right, you know what? I'm getting into too much detail. Joe Rogan signs a Spotify deal worth $250 million, becoming the most expensive podcast deal in history. If the deal should have been worth that much, it's really up to your
he's still the #1 podcast in the world.
And the tail,
100%.
Little feet are poking out. It's like... See if you can find that.
King Charles is diagnosed with an undisclosed form of cancer. Judging off the way the internet reacted when his mama got packed, if he did too, they would not hold back again either. Charles, don't make next year your last year. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, giving them 2 wins in a row. It set a record as the most watched TV broadcast in U.S. history with 123.7 million viewers across every platform. Damn. Sony buys Michael Jackson's catalog, acquiring a 50% stake in it for at least $600 million. Damn. Probably the worst news, considering MJ was fighting them over taking advantage of him. And when he dies years later, that's when they want to make the purchase.
And I don't know if you guys saw this online, but they recently found like some of MJ's like recorded songs that he never actually put out. So I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Apparently it belongs to his estate or whatever. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Imagine like artist, like imagine Kendrick bought the rights to it and then you just see a MJ song featuring Kendrick Lamar. That would be crazy.
YouTuber Too Mad passes away. Considering he wasn't really a good guy, a lot of the internet just clowned him. Donald Trump gets fined $354 million for fraudulent business practices in a court ruling, and his 2 sons get fined $4 million as well. What? Diddy faces a lawsuit accusing him of sexual harassment and assault by Lil Raw Jones. This is one of the...
Wait, he just said the name. And his YouTube video is fine, so mine should be fine as well then. But at the same time, as my first video, I don't want to be getting any strikes or anything for the first time as a first video. Well, not first video on the channel, but like first video. You guys know what I mean. There's a notification sound. Thank you for the follow, Bruno. Appreciate it, dog.
The first lawsuits that kicked off that whole thing this year of Diddy getting tracked and hunted down. But I always thought he was a good guy. I mean, look how nice he is on Ellen DeGeneres show.
Let's just say I'm gonna beep out his names on everything.
Diddy, come on out.
I'm gonna edit it and bleep his name out just in case. I don't want to get any strikes or my videos taken down. Or what I could do is just upload it raw, see what happens, and then if it does get anything, take it down, re-upload it with the edits. Seems like a better idea.
The memes of this month were things like Sad Hamster, the Apple Vision Pro, and Taylor Swift's Jet. March 2024. Ryan
Still
Garcia
waiting on my Apple Vision
crashing
Pro,
out
just
this
saying.
month and
I'm still
spiraling
gonna
on the
get one
internet. On his
at some
Instagram
point.
story, he posted a cryptic, devilish message with it saying, "We told you we
Y'all
were
can say what
coming."
you
Then he
want.
went
I'm
on a
getting
rant
one.
saying elites made him watch kids get raped in a forest and he has proof of it, and started tweeting out saying if they kill him, he didn't do it himself. To this day, people still don't know why he was wilding like this. Some people think it was to hype up his fight with Devin Haney, and even he said himself that was why. But is it not kind of up to say you have proof of things like that in the name of promoting a fight? And it came out later that Ryan was using performance enhancing drugs anyways, and the fight got overturned. Later that Ryan was to say you have proof of things, and even he said himself that was why. But is it not kind of
look at him? Just look at him, bro. And he's going boxing. Really? Really, bro? I'm gonna have so much fun with these sounds.
up to say you have proof of things like that in the name of promoting a fight? And it came out later that Ryan was using performance enhancing drugs anyways, and the fight got overturned. So all those shenanigans to get people hyped up to watch, just for him to get scared and take some drugs to win the same day. Probably the weirdest thing to happen this year in the sports world. LeBron James becomes the first NBA player to score 40,000 points. And no matter how much the old heads and unks complain about it, he is indeed the best NBA player of all time. Thank you, King. Sadly, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, passed away. This one hit everyone deep.
R.I.P. It really did.
To be silent for the next couple of days.
He really did.
The cartel stopped fighting for a day in honor of his legacy. Definitely one of the most tragic things to happen this year. Rest in peace to the GOAT. The Dubai Mall becomes the most visited place on earth with a record of 105 million visitors. Robert Downey Jr. wins his first Oscar for his support role in Oppenheimer.
Robert Downey Jr.
These award shows are a scam. How did this not win for carrying Marvel for like a decade? I guess better late than never. Andrew Tate gets arrested again. Andrew Tate in the big 2024, or should I say 2025 now? Like, can I just know if they're innocent or not? I swear, I still don't know. The U.S. House passes a bill to ban TikTok, and the vote was pretty much a landslide. 352.
Isn't that happening soon? Like the TikTok ban in the US? Cause I keep hearing about it, but like obviously they're still posting on TikTok over there, so
agreed and 65 disagreed. Republicans and Democrats never get together on anything, so that's how you know they serious this time. For y'all watching in the future, did it get banned, or was it another time of them
let us know, please. Let us know.
Mike Pence, Trump's former vice president, refuses to endorse him. Vladimir Putin officially gets re-elected as the president of Russia, winning 78.8% of the vote, which will make him the longest serving leader of Russia.
Is he ever gonna leave?
Joseph
Probably
Stalin.
not.
If you ask me personally, I think this was one of the most fair elections to ever take place. It's not like he arrested his main competitor and jailed him, then when he died it was deemed under suspicious circumstances. He wanted fair and square. Fair and square. Seriously, is there anything Russians can even do? The Quiet on Set documentary releases, revealing how messed up Nickelodeon Studios was run and the freaking nature of Dan Schneider and his friends. The main things revealed was that Dan Schneider wrote R-rated jokes and shows on purpose. That must be a real shock.
Thank you for the follow, JT Cross. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you for the follow, 666. Whoa.
The biggest reveal was that Drake Bell was SA'd by a dialogue coach who worked there named Brian
Thank you for the follow.
When it came time for Brian Peck's trial, a bunch of celebrities and people in the industry wrote letters to give him support. You're better off throwing your kids in a den of lions than throwing them in Hollywood and them surviving. As a child actor, most of the time your parents use you and don't really care. And the whole...
I never actually watched that though. I feel like I should watch it. Thank you for the follow, Tiago. Appreciate it, dogs. Damn. That's quite a few followers already and we only just started. I'm loving it. But yeah, I feel like I should watch this, but like, I don't know. Considering it was so long ago, it'd probably be irrelevant now. But I might still just give it like a little sneak peek. Also, do I need to turn the video volume up or anything, or is it all good? I just need confirmation before I check out later and it's all crap and I still have to post it that way. Chat, someone confirm for me, please. Real quick. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. You know, we'll move on.
industry is just full of degenerates who never get checked. Like that from Future's album releases, igniting the start of the rap civil war. Kendrick Lamar disses Drake and J. Cole, saying it's just Big Me, throwing the first jab at them and seeing what they respond.
That started in February? Wait, we're in March. That started in March? Sounds fine. Okay, good. Thank you. That started in March? Damn.
With. P. Diddy's home gets raided by federal agents. Sam Bankman-Fried gets sentenced to 25 years in prison for his orchestration of multiple fraudulent schemes. Godzilla x King Kong releases. Is the X supposed to be a
movie?
Because,
still haven't seen it.
I don't know. I didn't watch the movie. Becoming the top installment.
Crazy take. Haven't actually seen any Godzilla or Kong movies. I put my hands up. I haven't seen them. Haven't seen them. I need a good convincement. Convincement? Is that even a word? I need someone to convince me to watch them. Thank you for the follow, Rudy.
Of the series with
appreciate it. Welcome.
Million made worldwide. And memes of this month were things like Green FN, the Willy Wonka experience, and the Chick-fil-A sauce.
I remember that Willy Wonka experience thing. I remember seeing it on Instagram. Because again, I don't use Twitter like that. But I saw the memes and stuff on Instagram, and like kids were traumatized and parents were mad. And I'm pretty sure they paid good money for that, like 100 to go see it. Was it 100? I can't really remember. That was crazy. That was crazy.
2024. Taylor Swift is officially added to Forbes billionaire list. South Korea's Democratic Party.
W. Taylor Swift. She's been doing so much this year.
O.J. Simpson officially
She's been
debuts
on top this year
in a cemetery. And as you all know, he went down as a legendary football hero, a man who was proved innocent time and time again and can never hurt a fly. I speak for everyone when I say, rest in peace, O.J. Simpson.
After we finished filming, O.J. said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke, and this is it.
The legendary Detroit sign hits the world and jaws drop after seeing that there are some things out there that can look more depressing than Detroit. This thing costed $425,000 to make, by the way. Drake drops his diss track Push-Ups to retaliate against Kendrick Lamar, calling him a midget, saying his fans make excuses for him not dropping. Funnily enough, he told him later on that he's dropping too much. Funny to spin back and look at that. He called out The Weeknd, Future, Metro Boomin, Rick Ross.
I remember that.
And we sat there and waited for 3 weeks for the war to finally begin. Donald Trump's hush money lawsuit trial officially begins.
I can't believe that started all the way back in March.
The Torture Poets Department set up 2.6 million units in the first
not a Taylor fan like that. I know she's doing big stuff this year.
The second closest artist to get to her sales this year was Kendrick's album GNX that had 319,000
GNX was fire.
Like Taylor or not, she is running the music industry.
He really is.
Absolutely nobody even coming.
He really is.
He also became the first artist to have 14 of the
14. Damn. And then after a tour, she went and like paid her crew, the entire crew, like extra bags of money for their hard work and shit.
the top positions on the Billboard Hot 100. Tesla recalls thousands of Cybertrucks due to an issue with the gas pedal. And there's been multiple recalls for the car this year due to other issues. Good riddance. I honestly hate every time I see one of these cyberpunk cars on the road. The U.S. House of Representatives passes bill to ban TikTok, but this time they actually gave a date, January 19th, 2025.
I didn't know there was a date. That's towards the end of this month. I told you. I didn't know there was a date. Damn, that's crazy. What are they going to be doing after? Like, not gonna lie, I think the UK is about to run TikTok. Once this happens, if it does happen, there's always been a date. I did not know there was a date, not gonna lie. If it does happen, which apparently it's looking like it will, the UK is going to start running TikTok. Let's just say it that way. Nuclear, I feel for him, couldn't live without TikTok. Yeah, same. I mean, I barely go on it as much, but still, just having it there and know you're sitting on the toilet or just chilling or doing whatever, you can just open up TikTok, scroll a bit, extend your time on the toilet because of TikTok. It's just so refreshing. Yeah, till we get banned. We're not getting banned. Why would we get banned? We have zero reason to get banned. Literally nothing.
So when the time comes, let me know what happens, yo. My prediction is that getting packed. The government better want.
In your case, 30 minutes. Shut up. We will be here on January 19th. Obviously, we will be here. God willing. January 19th, if it does get banned, UK will automatically begin running TikTok. I mean, first of all, the Americans won't be able to see our videos because they can't. They can't make videos. So it's literally just going to be UK running TikTok. Maybe I'll finally get my TikTok bag and see if I blow up in there.
Wanted it out since 2020. Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney in a boxing match. Kendrick Lamar drops his diss track responding to Drake. Euphoria. Saying he's inauthentic and just pumps out music for money. Saying he wishes he was one of the hoes like Sexy Red. Definitely true. And the internet got to debating immediately. And when I say debate, there was no debate really. Everybody knew Euphoria won.
Some people quit their jobs for TikTok. Imagine how they feel.
Alright, it's not a fight. And the memes of this month were things like what the Sigma, LeBron glazing, and the TikTok Riz party. May 2024. Ryan Garcia tests positive for using
I'm sure McDonald's is
so the fight results got overturned and he got banned from boxing for a year. Kendrick Lamar drops another diss track, 616 in LA. Main points being that he's telling Drake
I'm sure this place is hiring.
His downfall and Kendrick's got an
they can upload to Instagram Reels, I guess.
And people can pick up on it. Wasn't too much really, but the very same day, just so we can keep track, this is all the day of May 3rd, Drake drops Family Matters. His main points being that Kendrick's kids aren't his and are actually his best friend's day free, saying Kendrick beats his wife, and saying he begged Tupac's estate to take down Drake's diss track. But then Kendrick drops Meet the Grams right after. And can I just say, everyone, we were really all born in the greatest generation. Witnessing how this night went down was poetic. I'm so glad I was involved in this time of moment. Going from Drake's jolly diss track that had some hard moments in it to the most dark sounding, deepest, and evil tracks. Kendrick's main points was telling Adonis he feels bad Drake is his dad, telling Drake's mom she failed for having a son that doesn't respect women. I respect women, guys, just so you know. Telling Drake's dad he's an enabler.
First thing that comes to mind is Mackey's.
Saying Drake
couldn't think of anything else.
Women to hypersexualize,
but like I said, I'm pretty sure someone is hiring.
The daughter reveal. Now this is the one thing
I remember that
whole performance this beef that was kinda iffy. To this day, Drake's daughter hasn't been revealed other than rumors, and it definitely would have got leaked by now. But who knows in the future? It might get revealed. Then the next day. Oh my god.
Kendrick won.
The amazing week.
Everyone knows that. Not like that was the craziest one.
Drake's up for the entire summer. And it ends off, of course, with the Heart Part 6. He would have been better off not dropping this at all and having not like us.
What?
The fact that he took the route of, well, guess what, Kendrick? Guess what? I'm famous, so I couldn't be a I'd be caught by now. Yeah, that killed any shots of him dropping another diss. And that's the whole rap civil war of 2024 music-wise. I'm leaving out certain parts because if I included everything, this whole video would be an hour extra long. Xi Jinping visits Europe for the first time in 5 years. Maybe we'll get world peace soon, probably not. ByteDance sues to block the US from banning the app, saying it violates free speech rights. Silly TikTok. Little do they know the government cares about free speech, except when it's for something they don't like. The government doesn't even allow China to sell cars here. You think they would let you win a lawsuit on their land? Putin gets inaugurated into office. Not Like Us becomes the #1 Billboard Hot 100 song and broke so many records. I don't even feel like saying them, but y'all already know it was played everywhere. A video leaks of P. Diddy beating his former wife on camera. We also gotta mention, it's crazy how long this video took to come out. It just shows the grip of power.
Whatever clip button you're talking about, it's always been there.
In 2016, and he later apologized
you can always clip
2
on
days
text,
later. Don't know why he still thought he could salvage his public image. He had to have known it's over, right? Red Lobster files for bankruptcy. The Doge Dog sadly passed away. Rest in peace to the Doge Dog.
RIP Doge Dog. But Red Lobster's bankrupt? I remember when we went to Florida and we went to Red Lobster. That shit was good.
Trump gets convicted on 34 felony counts in his lawsuit on falsified business records, becoming the first former or sitting U.S. president to have been convicted on criminal charges. And the memes of this month were things like Man or Bear in the Woods, Drake versus Kendrick, and the New York portal.
Oh my god, I remember that portal. That portal got shut down so quick because of, you know, people doing inappropriate stuff. I mean, it was a great idea. And to be honest, if they didn't ruin it with the stuff they did, I think it would have done good. Like, imagine being able to see to the other side of the world across the ocean through a portal. That was cool. And then obviously, people being people had to go mess it up.
Mexico makes history by electing its first female president. And India elects its prime minister with one of the biggest elections ever of 642 million votes being cast.
India.
Props to them for getting 642 million votes done in a day. And the US, for some reason, each state either moves at bullet train speed or is still counting votes a month later. I swear, California just does everything terrible. Joe Biden introduces new restrictions on the border after pressure from the public. Howard University revokes Diddy's honorary degree. How could they? These degrees, from what I see, are just pieces of paper college gives to celebrities for being famous. They really serve no purpose, and I'd be damned if I went to debt only for a celebrity to get it for free because they're famous. Hunter Biden's found guilty on all accounts in his felony gun charges case. Jerry West, aka the man who's the symbol of the NBA, sadly passes away. Rest in peace, Jerry West. The House passes a bill to automatically register any men aged 18 to 26 for draft. They can pass all the bills they want, but when the time comes for a draft, I'll be cooling in a jail cell with my homies. The Celtics beat the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals. NVIDIA becomes the most valuable company in the world, beating Microsoft at $3.34 trillion. I can't even comprehend that type of money or what a company even does with all that type of money. Justin Timberlake gets arrested for driving while intoxicated. This man is worth
50 series. You guys know what I mean.
$250 million, and instead of ordering an Uber or even getting a private driver, he decides to get behind the wheel drunk.
2024 has been a lot about...
like me, for real. That's my favorite singer now.
I mean, yeah, Putin, to be honest, it really has.
First time in 24 years. And you just gotta admire their friendship. I mean, look at them. I wish I had a friendship like that. That friendship is with you guys.
Love you, bro.
Travis Scott gets arrested for disorderly conduct. Dr. Disrespect gets exposed as a certified PDF file. For being a gamer, the amount of controversies this man has had Isn't that hard to sit down and game without cheating on your wife for being a creep? Ever forget
Thank you for the follow, Pelica Gamer. Appreciate it.
The hardest thing of all time. He eventually ended up where all washed up nobodies do. Rumble. The presidential debate takes place, and oh man,
I remember that.
Did it not disappoint? It did disappoint. It's crazy how fast Biden aged, because even in 2020 he could still throw up jabs. This was so brutal to watch live. He would have been better off just skipping the debate. The Lakers draft Bronny James, and the memes of this month were things like the Hawk Tua girl, AI vines, Freak Bob, and Let's Go Gambling. July 2024. The Supreme Court rules presidents have broad immunity from prosecution, meaning that presidents can commit certain crimes and not be prosecuted for it. This is a total shame because United States presidents have totally never committed crimes in the past, and everyone knows they have the cleanest slate in the world. LeBron James signs a 2-year, $104 million contract to play for the Lakers. Keir Starmer becomes the UK Prime Minister. John Cena announces his retirement from the WWE. Starmer becomes the UK Prime Minister.
Huh? Dang it, I don't know if that sounds, so I can't even play it. Do I? No, this is the closest I have.
Bruh.
Really? Who? You see, I don't do politics. But also not knowing the UK Prime Minister is quite crazy. UK Prime Minister. Keir Starmer. Where was I? Not really. Where actually was I? Is what? We're gonna pretend like I already knew and just move on.
John Cena announces his retirement from the WWE in 2025. The amount of that broke all types of bones trying to do John Cena wrestling moves in their rooms will never be forgotten. John, your legacy will never be forgotten. The Twitch streamer Sketch had a slight past mistake leaked by somebody. Some people were mad at him for some reason at the time, and it became this huge story on social media of people.
Thank you for the follow, Pyro. Appreciate it.
To talk about it and responded in a pretty good way. But the fact that people bullied him to damn.
Did you see the string reel with the Hawk Tour video? The what? Stingray with the Hawk what? Stingray Hawk Tour. What are you on about?
You gotta give him that Hawk Tour and spit.
Oh, that! I remember seeing that.
You gotta give him that Hawk Tour and spit on that thing.
Yeah, I definitely remember
give him
that.
that Hawk Tour and spit on that thing. You get me?
The internet will make a meme out of anything these days. Anything.
What are you doing, bro? I know you get no hoes or money. Eminem releases his album, The Death of Slim Shady, selling 281,000 copies first week, and killing off his iconic character Slim Shady in the album.
I remember that. Oh, I remember watching that video on stream with Dante. And it was like, oh, dang, Slim Shady's dead. Had me dying differently. I mean, yeah, same. Stream quality doesn't look too good. From my numbers, it's not showing too great. Once again, can you confirm the stream quality and everything's running smoothly, no lag or anything? And it actually looks good? Thank you guys.
Like M or not, Eminem had some bangers with Slim Shady back in the day. All AT&T customers' data gets exposed in a data breach. Donald Trump gives a nice speech to his supporters and nothing totally happens.
Well, to be honest, the entire...
Nah, I'm just kidding. He got shot. We gotta talk about how...
To be honest, the entire US population is exposed at this point with the massive government issue that they had. If you live in the USA... I was going to say if you live in the US, but my head was thinking states. If you live in the United States, good luck to you guys. I don't know how y'all are still surviving.
Wild the 2024 election was. Like, was it really
Looks
this
fine.
serious?
Okay.
No other seasons of elections will ever go down like this ever. And social media got set ablaze from this. There were people who gave messages that political violence shouldn't be allowed and wished a speedy recovery from it. People like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Like, imagine if he was actually successful and actually killed Trump. Imagine what could have happened from that. That would be like a history-altering event that would be studied in the history books years from now. I wonder if COVID is being studied in the history books like today. I mean, it was only, what, 4 years ago? What, 5 years ago now, I guess? But are they studying that in school now? I don't know.
Harris saying it, and some people did not give a f. Trump also announced his vice president J.D. Vance in the next
Write an essay
days.
about
Joe
the
Biden
impacts
tests positive for
of
COVID-19.
the 2020
COVID fell the f
COVID
off. How do you catch it 4 years later
on
after its
society.
peak? Biden has survived so much at this point. I don't think anything can take him out.
Someone tried to show him, didn't they? Yeah.
2025. He's getting up there in age, so yeah. I don't want to be blamed if something happens. JoJo Siwa breaks the record for the most disliked music video by a female artist in 2024.
I'm not surprised.
By a pretty good amount. Too.
I'm not
it's
surprised.
This many numbers.
Come
Joe
on
Biden
now.
drops out the presidential race after stuttering in every interview for the past 4 years, trying to learn how to walk up steps, and lying to the public, telling people he's in perfect fine shape for an old man. He made the decision on July 21st, 2024, immediately endorsing his vice president Kamala Harris right after. If Joe knew she was gonna do things like get Megan Thee Stallion
only
to
got
twerk
his
for votes
hair,
and Cardi
fine.
B to speak,
It was still. Imagine if
Chris
they
Tyson
actually
steps away from
got
Mr.
him.
Beast's team after allegations of grooming and overall being a weirdo. I'm just saying allegations because at the time it was, but now it's confirmed true. Y'all already know. And Mr. Beast's image just hasn't fully recovered from this. Right after these allegations, it felt like it just kept getting worse and worse, and there was no stopping it. Just more allegations on Mr. Beast and everybody on his team. Mr. Beast's public likability stocks have never been the same. Only 100 million views. Mr. Beast, it's time to put the frosting back. Inside Out 2 becomes the highest grossing animated film in history, making $1.46 billion globally. The 2024 Summer Olympics begins. I usually don't care about the Olympics, but this year's had so many memes. The Turkish shooter guy was probably the biggest one, and the whole shooting competition just looked cold, to be honest. Robert Downey Jr. is officially announced to be returning
Robert Downey Jr. I can't wait for him to come back as Doctor Doom in Marvel. I honestly can't wait. Every movie until then, obviously I'm gonna see them, but they're like filler movies. Even if it's directly linked to the movie itself, they're still fillers to me. I'm still gonna see them, still gonna enjoy them, still gonna love them, still a Marvel fan. But this right here, this is the main event.
To be playing Dr. Doom
JJ,
in the two Avengers movies. I feel like this just kills the moment when he.
She was innocent to start with in her early days.
Though, so
not anymore.
It's good. Xbox 360
for quite a while
shuts
now.
down its marketplace.
Damn,
the United
I remember
States
that.
national debt reaches a record $35 trillion. I still want to know who we owe money to. It seems like we sent money to every other country. And the memes of this month were things like Rat Summer, Donald Trump shot, and Starlight the Boys. August 2024. Aiden Ross streams with Donald Trump being the first ever president to hop on a stream. Kind of wild how far streaming has come this year, and it's only been.
Honestly, he's right. Streaming in 2024 went crazy, especially because of Kai. I think the main one, number one. To be honest, I don't know even. I think it's pretty much a fact. Kai was up there when it comes to streaming. Kevin Hart, Nikki. How many other people did he have on stream? And then the entire subathon thing. He made. I know he made money this year. Well, last year. That's gonna be us in a few years, chat. Just saying. Mark my words. Clip this. We will be here.
Growing. This is a good time to tell you guys I also stream on Twitch, so go follow, please. Kamala Harris announces her vice president pick Tim Walz.
Yeah, what he said. Follow on Twitch
the former
and
CEO
YouTube.
Of YouTube sadly passed away. She was one of the main pioneers in growing this platform as a whole. Rest in peace, Susan Wojcicki. The 2024 Summer Olympics officially wraps up, with athletes breaking 32 world records and reaching 5 billion people around the world. The social security number of every American gets stolen in a hack. My question is,
see, that was what I was talking about.
Possible to do that? And did y'all know this even happened? Like, your probably gone. Is our stuff that badly protected where you can take all of it in one
what
sitting?
I was talking
all
about.
I know is I haven't been hit yet, so don't get any ideas, guys. Ronaldo breaks the world record for the fastest growing YouTube channel. Gaining 1 million subs in less than 90 minutes. 10 million subs by the end of the day. 30 million subs by 2 days. And 50 million subs in under a week. I don't know how many people don't have Ronaldo as the most famous person on the planet right now. But if you don't, then this should certify that you gotta change it. The editing style on his videos are still pretty like very commercialized, but this could be the man that passes the almighty Mr. Beast hold on YouTube. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., probably the biggest independent US candidate in recent times, drops out the presidential race to endorse Donald Trump. Justin and Hailey Bieber have their first kid. Shout out Justin for holding down my childhood with bangers. Feels like I'm truly getting old. The Brazilian Supreme Court shuts down Twitter in the country. Apparently this was due to disinformation being spread about the country. They lost the argument when they said false information on the app. Like, buddy, why do you think people have Twitter? To get fed lies and see people argue about things no one ever made an argument for in the first place. And the memes of this month were things like Turkish pistol shooter, Rainbow Dolphin, and Very Demure. September 2024. Sabrina Carpenter debuts #1 with her album Short and Sweet. Pretty big album for the year, but her tours be freaky as hell for some reason. Like, who's telling her to do all that for her songs? Rich homie Quan sadly passed away from an accident on a drug overdose. Man had a legendary run back in the day. Rest in peace. Selena Gomez officially becomes a billionaire, mainly making money from her company Rare Beauty. It seems like it's a cheat code to become a billionaire now if you were an already famous celebrity and start any company. Guess I'll have to eventually do that, right guys? You guys would buy it, right? Nick Avocado goes from the fattest man on earth to the skinniest
I remember
overnight.
seeing
I
that.
predicted World War III would happen this year before predicting this.
Exactly. Bro went crazy with the weight loss.
Fat anymore. It seemed like it was written in
Very mindful, very demure.
If you're fat now, you got no excuse. Get your ass on that treadmill in 2025. Kendrick Lamar gets announced as a Super Bowl halftime show artist. Sadly, James Earl Jones passes away. Known for playing famous characters like Darth Vader and Mufasa. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
The Minecraft movie trailer drops. Oh, God. It was definitely a movie trailer.
Oh, God. I'm Steve.
Yeah, not the best reception from people, but we'll see how good it is when it comes out. The debate
when is it
between
dropping,
Trump
actually?
versus Kamala Harris takes place. This year was so exhausting because why do we have 2 presidential debates?
The cats.
One is already too much for my brain. But one
They
comment
eat the dogs.
stood out from the whole debate.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Really, Nick?
Just save Bolt and Brian Griffin and we good. After that, they can chop away all they want. Tito Jackson, a member of the Jackson 5, sadly passes away. It comes out that Diddy was using baby oil. Lotion or lube don't cut it anymore, so you gotta bring out the maximum efficiency products. And that's what he chose. Telegram now has to share IP addresses and phone numbers to authorities if law enforcement requested. This is a huge change if you don't know, because Telegram was built on keeping everything totally encrypted, which is why every drug dealer in the book was using it. So it might be over for
dealers, inappropriate people, all kinds of people using Telegram. Damn, they're cooked for real.
For them. They'll have to go back to the boring dark web. I wish I did it. I would have loved to thank you for shopping here message from a drug dealer after getting something. Sucks I can't anymore. That's a joke, YouTube. I've never bought a single illicit substance in my life. Kmart closes its last major store in the US. If you're still shopping at Kmart, then I think you came out the wrong century, bro. The 80s is way back there. Hurricane Helene hits Florida. And memes of this month were things like Nick Avocado's weight loss, the Minecraft movie trailer, Henry Danger side-eye, Diddy arrested, and my new character. October 2024. United States port workers go on a strike over compensations and disagreements about the use of automation. It's kind of scaring me that we're entering an era where people have to go on strikes to fight against robots already. Like I thought this was gonna happen in the future, 2099 or some but our generation got to deal with this too. The Joker 2 releases, proving to people that Lady Gaga should stick to singing. The difference between the first movie and second for reviews doesn't even seem real. Lizzo reveals her weight loss to the public. She's been sharing TikToks of her working out, and it's definitely been working. It's like we losing all the fat celebrities to Ozempic or them actually caring about their bodies. Eminem becomes a grandfather. Hurricane Milton hits Florida, and the hurricane was pretty powerful, leaving places messed up. But the way they describe this online and on the news, you would think Moses would have been able to part the sea. Like, did we really need to be doing all this in preparation for this storm?
It completely floods out the first floors of homes and businesses, and the only way to escape that is to move to the higher floor of a building. Now, unfortunately, there are going to be places that get more than 6 feet of storm surge flooding. Imagine this, 9 feet, 8 or beyond of flooding of inundation. This is practically not survivable. Young
Philly gets arrested over grape allegations.
I remember that.
He's a part of some pretty big groups like Beta Squad and affiliated with the Sidemen. Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but all we know is he paid bail and is waiting trial. Twitter officially returns back to Brazil. They wasted no time. They must have been protesting like crazy in the streets. The Weeknd hits a record 120 million Spotify monthly listeners, breaking his own record. Tesla holds an event and reveals a bunch of its new technology hitting the streets. A robot taxi that automatically drives itself with no user input. A robot bus that can hold up to 20 people. And an actual robot that can communicate back and forth with humans. I don't think society is ready for actual robots. The release of them is in the time frame of us being predicted to being able to have robots.
Oh my God.
It seems like it's gonna fulfill that dream. If you're a freak, then you should be jumping with joy. At first, people thought the robots were fully communicating off the videos with no control, but it came out that people are actually controlling the robots still. Might be a while until this still. One day.
God.
one day. Abu Dhabi gets crowned the richest city in the world with an estimated capital of
Abu
$1.7
Dhabi.
trillion. When every cop drives a Lamborghini, that shouldn't be a surprise.
Exactly.
The Federal Trade Commission announces its final click-to-cancel rule, making it easier for consumers to cancel subscriptions and memberships and not having to learn Minecraft enchantment table terminology to do it. Gyms are definitely after this. Sadly, Liam.
Oh yeah, I literally watched a video about that like yesterday. It's like a Mr. Who's the Boss video. He's like a tech guy on YouTube talking about. This video was from 7 months ago. I don't know why I was just watching it, but he was talking about like how the internet has just gone downhill, and like subscriptions, sites, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and stuff. They're basically just emptying out people's pockets. Shout out Juice WRLD. R.I.P. Liam Payne though.
Away from falling off a balcony, rest in peace. Trump put the fries in the bag. This video would have went platinum in the streets if he lost. LeBron and Bronny James become the first father-son duo to play in an NBA game. I know people got their complaints about Bronny, but no one can take away this frame in history right here. LeBron's seed fulfilled the prophecy he always wanted. Russia fines YouTube 2.5 decillion for banning it in the country. And if you want to know how that number looks, it looks like this. YouTube wouldn't even be able to pay the fine because it's more money than the total amount of money on Earth. So Russians, you guys gotta be stuck with Vimeo for now. Sorry for your loss. Young Thug gets officially freed from jail. I thought we were getting 3 years of GTA 6 before this would happen, but magically this month, the unthinkable was achieved. He has to complete 15 years of probation and do community service and give presentations to kids against gang
music
violence.
like that.
No one knows when he's gonna hit the studio again, but when he does, I think he'll be rapping like this.
I respect women when I'm on a date. I take them to the park, or maybe a museum, and I only try to kiss them if they're in there.
Yeah, because you can't rap about gangs and whatever.
KSI thick of it.
Oh my god, I remember
jumping. Trump fries in the bag. I like my cheese drippy, bruh. Winter Arc and still water. November 2024. Apple surpasses $2 trillion in iPhone sales, showing no matter how many times they release the same phone every year, people will be dumb enough to buy it every time. China
I was one of them.
Developing a hypersonic plane. It'll be able to go 3,069 miles per hour and can travel around the whole world in 7 hours. Any bird that comes across its path in the sky is getting disintegrated instantly. I'm good on a normal plane. That's fast enough for me. Margaret Robbie gives birth to her first child. Sadly, Quincy Jones passed away. One of the most legendary producers ever and known for producing Michael Jackson's biggest albums. Rest in peace. Donald Trump wins the election, finally ending the most intense election in United States history. People fought with friends, family, strangers, and anybody around them who they were voting for. It was also the most expensive election in history, spending a total of
I was also one unfortunate I couldn't even get the Platinum Pink.
All that
I mean,
money
if you waited, you would have got it,
campaigns
but you
turned
were
out,
too
I would have
you were
thought
too
it was $1
impatient.
million max. Bitcoin also soared in price this month after the election. Crypto bros might officially be back, and crypto scams too. Beyonce becomes the most nominated artist in Grammy history, gaining a total of 99 nominations.
99 nominations.
Record for the most subs on Twitch.
Kai.
You better watch out, Kai, because best believe I'm coming for you.
Yeah,
Not
so
too
am I.
far off that.
So am I. So am I.
Never mention that stream, guys. Joe Biden and Donald Trump meet at the White House to discuss their transition. The fight of the
Thank you for the follow, Tactical Trees. Appreciate it.
Tyson. I would have been
this
better
is
off
such
to
a
learn the
rigged
outcome
fight
after than watching this abysmal fight live.
I didn't watch it, so I'm good.
We never have to experience a Jake Paul boxing match ever again. But for historical reference, Jake Paul did win. Shocker. Malcolm X's family sues the FBI, CIA,
I remember
and
seeing
New
this
York
as well.
police in a $100 million federal lawsuit. They accused them of letting his murder play out. The U.S. Pentagon fails its 7th audit in a row, saying they couldn't account for $824 billion. Crazy how as a citizen, if you miss a dime on paying your taxes, you get 10 years of prison. Meanwhile, our own government can't even do their own get a pat on the ass. They better start giving them penalties for this or people aren't gonna keep taking this. NBA YoungBoy gets sentenced to 2 years in prison. Colombia bans child marriage in 2024. The worst part about this is they tried 8 times previously and failed. If your government officials are this sick, you gotta leave the country. Kendrick Lamar drops a surprise album, GNX, selling 319 100,000 copies first
W
week and
album.
debuting
We
at
heard
number
Lethal
one. Credit card debt in the
on at the
US
start of the
reaches
stream.
$1.17
Damn.
trillion. Cheating is officially no longer considered a crime in New York. A
What?
lot of happy relationships are going to be broken up very soon because of that. Drake files a lawsuit against UMG for allegations of
yeah, I
helping
remember
Kendrick
that.
Lamar win the beef. Now, I'm not going to go into full detail of this
And then
because
they
it's way too much.
said they're
But
gonna sue
technically,
Kendrick
Drake
as well.
isn't suing Kendrick. He's suing his music distributor that they're both under. UMG said, if you're going to sue us, though, we're going to sue Kendrick because we're not getting involved. We're going to have to see where this goes because if Drake loses this lawsuit, it's just embarrassing. Like, how do you
really
lose
is.
a beef, sue to say he didn't win it fairly, then lose the lawsuit? Australia bans social media for anyone under 16. I don't think it's even possible to enforce something like this. If it's under 18, then you could easily just say you need an ID to sign up, but 16 and under is a weird age because you can't really ask for the ID. Australian kids going through it right now, though. And memes of this month were things like Chill
step
Guy,
in the right
The
direction.
Rizzler, I
Oh my
Understand
God,
It
Rizzler.
Now, and Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. December 2024.
See, these are
Joe
all
Biden
fresh because
pardoned
literally
his
what,
son,
last
Hunter
month?
Biden over his federal trial. I think anyone would do that if they were president, to be honest. Shoot, my homie could be a serial killer and I'm pardoning him. The CEO of a major healthcare company, United Healthcare, got pew-pewed on the street.
Oh,
He
I
probably
remember
thought
that.
his legacy
Did they
was
use
the
a
healthcare
Fortnite
company,
clip
United
for that?
Healthcare, got pew-pewed.
I've seen the Fortnite clip, but I didn't think he would actually use it in his video.
Killer and I'm pardoning him. The CEO of a major healthcare company, United Healthcare, got pew-pewed on the street. He probably thought his legacy was gonna go down as a great, hardworking guy who built his way to the top. Meanwhile, his killer's getting kawaii edits and he's getting laughed at. CEOs is cooked for the future after this. I never expected how big this story was gonna get. Brainrot is named Oxford's Word of the Year. Mr. Beast announces he'll run for president when he's 50 or 60. Imagine he gets in the White House and he does YouTube vids instead of anything. I put 100 illegal immigrants in a circle and whoever wins gets a green card. I'd watch that video, Mr. Beast.
I would.
Bitcoin reaches an all-time high of $100,000. Federal appeals court upholds that TikTok has to be sold to a US company or will be banned on January 19th. The Notre
So they can save it. So all they have to do to save TikTok in the States is to sell it to an American company. But are they really going to do that though? But at the same time, I'm pretty sure America's like one of the biggest places for TikTok. So it being banned there would probably affect them quite a bit. But are they really going to sell TikTok to an American company just so they can keep in the States? No, they won't. Yeah, I don't think they would either. We'll see. They have a few days, but I don't think something like that will happen over a course of a few days, unless it's already happening in the background and then they just announce it soon. I think they're doing it to stop toxic stuff. Apparently, I don't know why they're doing it. I can't remember. If I've seen it, I don't remember. If I haven't, I just don't know, to be honest.
Notre Dame Cathedral officially reopens after its fire in 2019.
I remember
welcoming
that.
world leaders around the world for the reopening. Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a civil lawsuit with Diddy. Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but having a lawsuit even filed against you like this is wild. Taylor Swift entered 21-month Eras tour, making $2 billion total.
I mean, yeah,
tour.
it's true.
I don't gotta tell you
Most
that's
of the
the
videos I
highest
see on
tour
TikTok
ever.
is
Should be
American.
given. Chipotle raises its prices 2% due to inflation, and they also lower their chicken giving percentage by 10%. Nah, that's cap. But every year, I think they actually do that without telling customers. The man who packed the United Healthcare CEO is officially arrested.
Thank you for the follow stream project. C projects, appreciate it, dog.
Epic Games is forced to refund $72 million to players due to
I saw
unlawful
that.
billing practices.
I tried to do it, but obviously I don't live in America.
Doing all that freak like drinking each other's blood only to split up is pretty
yeah.
Whoever else they get with after is always gonna know they drank their ex's blood and have it in their thoughts.
Exactly.
Tokyo mandates a 4-day work week to its government employees due to declining birth rates. AKA they want less working and more working. Elon Musk becomes the first person to reach a $400 billion net worth. Donald Trump is named Times Person of the Year.
He's
I'm up
too
next.
rich.
Trust the process. Stanley Cup recalls 2.6
He's too rich.
After faulty cups. The fact that people were going crazy for them in the beginning of the year, only for them to potentially have to return it back, is hilarious. LeBron decides to step away from the Lakers for personal reasons.
What?
People are making rumors saying he's washed.
What if you don't have it anymore?
Over, but I don't tolerate any disrespect for the king. Hot Ones gets sold for $82.5 million. 12 unreleased Michael Jackson tapes are just...
The stream mutes sometimes for like a few seconds, then comes back. I think I might have to turn my settings down. But then obviously I would have to stop the stream for that to happen. Next stream, we'll just have to deal with it like this for the time being. Like I said, first stream, there's bound to be some issues. As long as it's not affecting the recording, it should be fine for YouTube. Twitch is fine, it's live anyway. You guys, I'll blame you on your connections. You guys just have shit connections.
Discovered in a California storage unit. Starting off 2025 with new MJ music would be peak. The Federal Trade Commission bans hidden junk fees on any live ticket events and short-term lodging, requiring companies to actually disclose the full price up front. You get one government. One W. The new Superman trailer releases. They got this man Clark Kent looking like a TikTok e-boy. Come on. But
not gonna lie, that Superman trailer was actually quite good.
People like the trailer. Party City shuts.
It was actually quite good. Like, it looks like it's going back to like the roots of Superman, just like a solo Superman movie. And obviously, if you grew up on Superman movies like the OG 19 something Superman movies, those were basically my childhood. I loved those movies. I've watched them over and over again many times. So seeing something like that, hopefully in this coming one, I mean, we just have to see.
Down all of its stores after 40 years. Probably the last time anybody's ever been to a Party City. And memes of this month were things like the CEO assassination. And that, ladies and gentlemen,
thank you for the follow, Matuzito.
By the way, the last 2 weeks or so don't have tracking. I simply couldn't because I'm doing this early and I won't have time to add everything last minute. Sorry about that. I thank all y'all for watching and supporting me this year. We only going up. Make sure y'all check out all my channels.
Do I play Marvel Rivals?
Very important. Follow me on
Well, surprise,
Twitter,
bro.
Instagram,
we are playing Marvel Rivals later.
I love you guys consensually. And until next time,
consensually.
I'm out.
W video, man. W video. I like that. But yeah, I am playing Rivals after I've gone through like the stuff I want to react to. I'm gonna play it while reacting to Lil Baby dropped. He dropped the album. So gonna play that in the background while playing Marvel Rivals. Just to check it out. Oh, shot me. Of course. We can run duos. Do you do ranked? Because I don't. So, just putting it out there. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing ranked. It's just, obviously, I usually play solo. So, I don't want to queue ranked solos. Because teammates can be trash sometimes. But yeah, I need to stop that recording. Bye, YouTube.